And we are live. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I have been super excited to talk to you and you all
Thank
day
you.
today.
I know.
I know. It's a rare occasion that I'm excited to speak with you, huh?
Yeah, it was probably the
Nah,
first time.
just kidding. But yeah, yesterday, crazy. I feel like we got a lot of predictions right. I mean, me especially. We were talking with Shane and Connor the other day saying that felt like this whole thing was kind of sped up and pushed along sooner than it normally would have been because, I mean, in my opinion, I think that the DNC knows that Biden's not the guy and they wanted to kind of put him out there and blast. And it was really weird. Like, so yesterday he was all slow and lethargic and like couldn't have sounded worse. But today comes out and gives this weird, energetic, fiery speech and sounded a lot like, people are all excited about how well he did at the State of the Union address. And then I'll show you in a little bit. Today he gave the speech that sounded kind of equally energetic to that, like night and day compared to last night. So I can't help but think they wanted to set him up to look bad. And like it seems like the full on mainstream media switch is flipped against him. What do you think?
I said it since day one. This is a trap. It was always a trap. And these people are whatever you want to call them, but they're not dumb.
No, the ones who run the thing aren't dumb.
They're not dumb.
There's a lot of useful idiots, but the people who call the shots are ruthlessly smart.
Maybe they're too smart. Because this was textbook. They knew what. I mean, come on. They took him 5 days. Was it 5 days to Camp Davis to rest and prep and this and that? This all he gets.
How is it that he looks more prepared and like has more vigor today than he did yesterday? So here, I'll show you this.
But Brand, let's go back to it.
Okay.
Do you think he was literally like in a house with the whole campaign? Their sole purpose for the week was to prepare for this debate.
Yeah, they know what's coming.
How old is he?
81 years young.
81. Okay, he's 81.
Yeah.
He's 81.
Yeah.
All right. There's so many excuses they could have made beforehand to call it off. He was like outside of the public side.
Yeah.
So like they could have faked on day 2. They're like, okay, this guy's not ready. They could have faked, I don't know, a knee injury or whatever.
Yeah.
And they still brought him forward to the debate.
So here, I want you to watch this quick because this even more validates our point. This is today.
The morals of an alley cat. Did you see Trump last night? My guess he set, I mean it sincerely, a new record for the most lies told in a single debate. He lied about the great economy he created. He lied about the pandemic he botched, killing millions of people. He closed businesses. He closed schools, losing their homes, people all over this country.
It's night and day from yesterday.
America's flat on its back.
They should have brought this Biden out.
Trump,
Unless
one of 2 presidents in American history who left office.
They don't want Biden as the candidate.
Herbert Hoover was the other one.
Oh, listen to this. He gives him a nickname.
That's why I call him Donald Herbert Hoover Trump.
Donald Herbert Hoover Trump.
Nicknames are also like being president is not his thing. Giving nicknames out,
Definitely not his thing.
Not his thing.
He gives a nickname that's twice the length of the man's actual name.
That's what you call,
Trump, Lion Ted, Sleepy Joe, Crooked Hillary. Those are all T-shirts. You imagine a T-shirt that says Donald Herbert Hoover Trump.
I probably wear that. Kind of fire.
Okay.
And wait, how is Herbert Hoover an insult?
No, he has like a universal insult because he was the president during the Great Depression.
Come on. Like it's very, very.
He's Great Depression guy, but it's a musty. It's a musty thing that the people don't get. Like
nobody knows.
No,
unless you're a presidential nerd like you are.
Yeah,
I'm getting my feet wet there. Like I wouldn't get the joke.
Like that's a deep understanding of politics and history that went over 95% of people's heads.
I know, 95, 99.
And for the 1% who did get it wasn't that funny.
Like the population that got it was historians and Brandon Nacido. That was like they literally made the nickname for historians and Brandon Nacido. Like nobody knows the Great Depression was like 100 years ago.
Yeah,
100 years ago. You have 100-year-old joke. You kidding me?
Oh my god! Imagine if you like walked around the fucking beach and started asking chicks like, when did the Great Depression happen?
This is literally.
We should do that.
We should. This is literally they want him out. I like it's a clear message from the establishment. Like this guy is out.
Look how funny this is. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys saw this already, but
there is panic that is set in among people who have
this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life, by the way. Like hold on.
It's
watched
great.
this debate, who are Democrats, people who are strategists, and some even inside Democratic campaigns. Do you think it's unfounded?
Well, I think it's unhelpful, and I think it's unnecessary. We've got to go in and got to keep our heads high. And as I say, we've got to have the back of this president. You don't turn your back because of one performance. What kind of party does that? It's been a masterclass. 15.6 million jobs. That's 8 times more than the last 3 Republican presidents combined. The only thing the last 3 Republican presidents have in common is recessions. Democrats deliver. This president has delivered. We need to deliver for him at this moment. With all due respect, the more time we start having these conversations, go down these rabbit holes, it's unhelpful to our democracy, our fate and future of this country, the world. They need us right now to step up, and that's exactly what I intend to do.
Dude, I don't care what anybody says. Newsom slayed back in the day.
I was actually gonna say that I'm gonna catch some heat for this.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I don't agree with anything, I don't agree with a single thing he does.
No.
Said anything. I don't agree with anything. Like whatever he does, whatever he says, I think the absolute opposite. Okay.
Yeah.
He is probably the greatest active politician right now.
Yeah, he's incredible. Like
as a politician,
like,
that isn't a high bar and it's not a high thing to be. Like it's like saying like he's the greatest thief or he's the greatest liar.
Yeah,
he is the greatest.
But like you know, you could kind of tie politics into things like acting or sales or whatever. You know, just like the ability to like make somebody question their reality and like shift their preconceived notions of something. Like, you know, I know to the core of my being that we disagree with everything that he stands for and that everything that he does has resulted negatively, but like he's so good at selling it that like you know, he like starts to chip away at my resilience just from like his conviction and things. Like imagine him arguing with the girlfriend like
yesterday you gave him a nickname. You remember what it was?
What did I say?
He was like gaslighting supreme. Like he's the best at
the gaslighting goat.
Yeah, the gaslighting goat. Unbelievable.
That's a t-shirt.
That's a t-shirt. You know, it's unbelievable. Oh Jesus. And he's not a shapeshifter himself. He's like able to change the environment to sell his lies. He's on like I don't know if you remember.
Like it's almost like you know the show Lucifer where like the devil comes to earth and he's like this perfect guy who's like got a silver tongue and every like he reminds me of that. Like he's like this perfect communicator that like, you know, knows how to make people question their own thoughts.
But what I'm saying is like it's not only a perfect communicator, a shapeshifter, an overcook, the worst.
Mm-hmm.
But like remember a few months ago when he cleaned up San Francisco for like a day when the Chinese dictator came there.
Yeah.
He cleaned up. San Francisco has been a filth, crime-ridden hellhole for 10 years, and he managed to clean it up in 2 days.
Yeah,
unfreaking believable. Like if this guy goes in, I think I don't know.
It's dangerous.
I don't know. I don't even want to say it.
No, like yeah, Trump's is in trouble, and we'll show what Trump gave Gavin a nickname earlier today. We'll show that in a second, but real quick, I want to show you what a person who's been thinking about running for office their entire life, becoming president, how they build their family. Tell me this isn't like the portrait picture of what a political family needs to look like.
Let me see. I'm going to judge 1 to 10. 10 out of 10.
break it down.
Okay.
What do you see here?
The first thing that jumps out, because you got to have one, the Labrador.
Yeah, that's the political dog.
That is if you're a politician,
that or a golden retriever.
Yeah, you gotta have a Labrador or a golden retriever right in front. Check. Matching outfits. Check. And he's matching with the boy, and then she's matching with one of the girls, and they mix it up in one of the other girls. Perfect. Shoes. Perfect. Garden. Trees.
He's rocking the Converse because he's an everyman.
He's an everyman. he was just working his garage. He was murdering a few dissidents there, but it's still considered garage work. The hair on point.
Oh my God, yeah.
The weekend shirt. Like I don't know. What am I gonna say about it?
No,
the wife is beautiful.
Go ahead, try to insult that. Like, try to insult it. I dare you.
How can you shit on this? He even has bunnies on it.
Oh, I didn't even see that,
dude. 2 bunnies.
So
Okay,
you're like, oh, he lets his kids have pets. How sweet.
like I don't know. I wish this was my family. Can I can I get adopted by him? Because this is too good.
Yeah, no, that's dangerous. I mean,
Can you get your comments?
let's see
There was
what
some
we got.
there was some interesting stuff on the comments for the picture.
Newsom, fugly dog, same difference. It's going to be Kevin Spacey chipping away at my resilience.
It's gonna be
Kudos to you,
it's
Brandon,
gonna be
being
Kevin
self-aware.
Spacey. Maybe Kevin Newsom is Kevin Spacey.
And I mean, he basically is. He's that smooth at speaking. And then here they try to ambush him and ask him the big question.
Joe Biden. I'm looking forward
Oh.
to voting for him.
You're going to be the next Democratic nominee?
No, our nominee is Joe Biden. I'm looking forward to voting for him in November. He's going to be our nominee.
Because you know that everyone are talking about you as a possible nominee now.
Look at the smile.
Are you enjoying it?
We're going up here?
Riding with Biden.
Oh, he knows.
But he knows. Come on. And the thing is, and I'm glad that we started with this, Brandon. And that's why you should subscribe immediately to the Brandon Nacido channel.
I assume all 106 of you are already subscribed, but if you're not for some crazy reason, go ahead and do it. Help
Because the
cause.
thing is, Brandon, you're starting here with the future.
Yeah.
Like everyone is stuck in how bad Biden did.
And they're acting like it's an accident.
Yeah, they're acting like they're acting surprised. Oh my god, he's so old. No, come on. This is what's happening.
Like there's a very clear reason why the media turned night and day on him. Like here, go ahead and expand what you're saying for a second while I pull up the CNN panel.
You know what the most dangerous spider is, Brandon?
Which one? The one you can't see?
The one you can't see.
Mhm.
And people are not seeing this guy, and he's coming in hot. And he's coming in hot.
Former president.
He's been doing presidential things. His loyalty. Like the word.
He's playing the game, right?
Oh, he's playing the game. He's gonna be rewarded big. If it's not this time, because then we're gonna get into that. You know, I have a few theories, and you will have a few theories.
Yeah.
If it's not this time around, I think he's the MVP. Like he's gonna be top draft pick for the next. And well, let's get into that after. I don't know if you want to get into it. Like, who can Trump? Funny word. Newsom after Trump is done.
I'd say Vivek is on the same communication level as Trump, but I know you have your obstacles to him, but which I don't necessarily feel that way because I don't think it's as big of a deal. But yeah, you could poke holes in him, and as far as being like the pristine looking president.
That guy?
Vivek, like versus Newsom, like I could see the vulnerabilities.
Vivek is out of my books.
Why?
Like the same reason as Sam Coulter.
Why?
Because he's not a Christian. I'm sorry.
And you gotta be Christian to be president. You said.
Yes, you do. Like we're very opening it up for Catholics. That was a stretch. Sorry, because it needed to be.
I thought you said that splitting the difference between Christianity and Catholics was a psyop.
It is a psyop.
So how is it an exception to let a Catholic be president?
Well,
why is that
the
like
first
a huge
Catholic president was
JFK?
murdered?
Yeah,
was murdered. So we're not doing that again. Now, I don't know. That's my take. I don't like it when he talks about God.
I wonder if Newsom's a Christian. So wait, I'm gonna look it up. Do you think Newsom's a Christian?
Oh, 100% a Christian. Like 100% a Christian.
Let's see in real time.
You can't have more than 3 children and not be a Christian.
Oh, he's a Catholic.
He's a Catholic. Look at this guy.
Newsom is a practicing Catholic. His faith is strong, he says, and yet at the same time, his great vision for California is that it becomes the abortion capital of the world. This is from The Spectator.
That is really funny.
I thought it was like some liberal phrasing article, and I like how they set that up.
That is very, very funny.
So look at this. So I was watching this panel last night. This is like immediately after the debate. So you got the whole CNN crew here, and they just took turns teeing off on Biden, like as if the gatekeepers just like opened up the floodgates. So I liked with this, not David Axelrod, but this guy brought the heat after him.
Listen,
this guy.
If anybody in America thinks that was even close
a bit?
to being an
What's up?
That guy looks like the guy from American Pie.
Axelrod or him?
No, the one with the eyebrows.
Oh, like the dad from American Pie.
Yeah, what's the name of that guy?
I don't know his name in real life.
But it's
I know exactly what you're talking
Wait,
about, though.
Push it back because we need to see this. Let's see chat.
But this is like
Come on, come on, Brandon.
Hold on, I'll pull up a picture of the American Pie guy.
That is Dad from American Pie. He's probably a famous actor that we don't know who it is.
This guy,
dude, 100%.
How do I share this and have that on the screen the same time as
you?
I know how to share a screen, but can I do it at the same time?
I
Probably not.
Probably not. Oh, you can. Maybe. I don't know.
Let's see.
All right.
So this guy, it's pretty similar.
It's the same guy. What is he doing? Is he a political pundit now?
Yeah, I thought it was just fun and games, being a funny dad in American Pie, and now he's
a political pundit for CNN.
All right,
the more you know.
Let me find
I'm
that.
sorry, I'm derailing here. Like I got in shit last time.
Now that we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
He could not resist the president who may not be
Pastor for
This guy drops the heat.
listen. If anybody in America thinks that was even close to being an okay debate by Joe Biden, I'm living in a parallel universe. That was an unmitigated disaster for President Biden from the second he walked out to the closing statement. The biggest issue for Democrats is abortion, and he couldn't give an answer. He gave an answer, he couldn't even give a coherent answer on the biggest issue for Democrats tonight. I've heard from leading Democrats across the United States, elected governors, congressmen, who are texting me and saying, I'm worried I'm going to lose if Joe Biden's at the top of the ticket. Bob Casey, I promise you tonight, in the state of Pennsylvania, is thrown up in his mouth because he knows that if he's got to stand next to Joe Biden, he's going down in Pennsylvania.
Good.
If he's on the ticket, I don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah, look, I was a
And so they all were saying that last night. So it's like, we know that they get their talking points, like what they're allowed to say from the people who run the
Can I
place.
get the last one in?
Yeah, go ahead.
He looks like the cop from Breaking Bad.
The cop from Breaking Bad.
The bald guy.
Oh, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, that one did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that guy was a stud.
What, Mike?
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about Mike. That's a bad guy. That's a gangster.
Well, he was a cop.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the brother.
Hank.
Yeah, he looks like
Yeah,
Hank.
okay. He does look like Hank. Yeah,
So
Mike was a stretch.
We have Hank.
So Hank's flipping out. So we have Hank and the American Pie dad that like Biden's so bad that they hate him. But yeah, so the talking points, they obviously like unleash the hounds on Biden. Like that entire panel was ripping into him. Joy Reid, Rachel Maddow, who I have a clip of that is funny that we could play later.
Can we stay there a little bit? Because
Yeah.
what he said is that's powerful.
That the other politicians are afraid of Biden dragging them down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If he's on top of the ticket, they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
They've been doing such a bad job. There's a bunch of really close elections right now, and there's a bunch of states that are open for a change.
Well,
so
yeah, if Trump gets Pennsylvania and Georgia, it's over.
It's over.
Mm-hmm.
Revenge season, baby.
What is it?
Revenge season, baby.
But it seems that the only thing that could be keeping Biden in this thing is, I guess, Jill, surprisingly. So I don't know if you guys saw this clip. But crazy.
And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do?
Oh.
You did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the... And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Why?
Like I had no idea. So I guess Jill is Claire from House of Cards. I had no idea that she loved being first lady this much.
Wow, Brandon, we're coming with the pop culture here.
Yeah.
Subscribe immediately.
What, you thought we didn't watch TV?
Yeah, if you like politics and pop culture, this is your guy, Brandon. Let's see the podcast. Subscribe. It's free.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. But beside that point,
I didn't know she had it in her.
That video is so important.
Yeah,
you know
it's
why
extremely
it's important?
telling. Why?
It's very telling, and not only the dynamics of her talking to him like a 5-year-old, or like she's talking to him like a lap dog.
Yeah,
that's how I talk to my dog, El Chapo. I go like, "You did so well. You ate all your food. You pooped outside." You know, that's the type of conversation I have with my dog. Okay, and this is this video is an image of the bigger picture. That's how Democrats treat the American public.
Yeah. Like condescending fucks.
It's a very condescending thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think both sides they do it, but it's more on the politicians in general. But it's more on the Democrat side that they how she treated Biden is how they treat the American public. So I don't know. The jury's out.
Well, but so this is kind of the dynamic going forward though, because I like the way I imagine these conversations going down is like, all right, Biden, you could do this the easy way or the hard way. The easy way is you get the nice golden parachute that these establishment politicians get, where you get the book deal where, like, I think that the government funnels money into these book deals. Like they just buy the books that like nobody cares about reading.
They make a lot of money from those books.
Yeah, who cares about buying their books like that are written by somebody else?
I've been to a lot of houses. I never seen one in a house.
No,
never.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see how many of them are bought in bulk. But anyway, so like, yeah, the golden parachute treatment, the easy way is like, yeah, we give you the book deal, you get all the BS speaking arrangements where you make $500,000 a speech at colleges where nobody cares about hearing you speak, blah blah blah. Or the hard way is that we take one of the many crimes that we could put you away for and ruin your life with that we have on the shelf if we ever needed it.
They have all of them.
Yeah, that's the hard way. You want to do it the easy way where you sail off into the sunset worth a couple $1 million, or you want to go down as a criminal and
or more.
Yeah.
Or more than a criminal, because they've been known to doing other things, especially when you're 80 something.
Yeah, and our friend Stephen Greer claimed that they have like technology where they could brush up against you and give you a heart attack, or point a laser at you and give you a heart attack. I mean, there's a video from the 70s where Congress is talking about a laser that could give you a heart attack if they pointed at you.
I don't think that's necessary. It's one strong wind away.
Yeah, or just like somebody jump out from around a corner and scare them.
That's about it. But you don't need fucking heart attack lasers. Now, our friend right here, Taylor Jewett, he overheard something at work. And I don't know if we have the video, but it was very sad. How I don't know, it was sad and endearing at the same time, because like if it was my grandparents and my grandmother was helping my granddad to get off stage, that'd be one thing. But this is a leader of the free world. I don't know if you saw the video of Jill helping Joe Biden off stage.
This one?
I saw in him there the same character that I see in him today. And even though he has faced unimaginable tragedies, his optimism is undaunted. His strength is unshakable. His hope is...
Dude, so yeah, like I said, I did not realize that she loved being first lady this much. So and go ahead, go where you're saying, because I want to get into that with the angle of feeling sorry for him.
It took him around a good, because we're time coding live.
Yeah.
It took him a good, because I had the timer going, it took him a good 4 minutes to find his way out of stage. It was unbelievable. Like, he literally walked forward, like Trump made his normal exit.
Yeah. And
he landed on the moderator table.
Right.
And then Jill helped him out. It was very, very, very bad look. And they left the feed on, They could have cut to commercial. They could have done anything else. And
oh yeah, I did see that one.
Yeah, it's
So you're not saying you feel bad for him, do you?
Look, I think he's past
don't do
the point of
Don't do it.
I don't feel bad for him. But I feel
I've
bad.
been hearing a lot of people say that they feel bad for him.
I feel sad about the whole situation. Like, I feel sad about the American public that's been lied to. I don't know. Like,
anybody who feels bad for him, totally overlooking what he's done, and like, who at least, I mean, oh yeah, he's just a confused grandpa. No, fuck this piece of shit. Like, anybody who's done evil things in their life, if you believe in karma, this is karma. He finally has his dream job, and now he's at his most decrepit, decaying state that he's ever been in his life. He has no mental capacity or bandwidth or capability left. And did you ever see the video of so you know how there's all the stuff about his dog attacking all the Secret Service agents?
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a microcosm of the Hunter Biden situation, because a lot of people haven't seen this video, but do you think his dog's just crazy for no reason?
Let me see. I mean, dogs, within reason.
Do you think Biden's nice to his dog?
I don't think so.
Check this out.
Stop his frequent trips home to his home state of Delaware. Look,
stay in the White House. Go, work on the problems. But maybe he's got like a secret cave in his house and we don't know about it.
Cave in his house.
Him
So
to stop his frequent
your
trips
dog.
home to his home state of Delaware.
kick the shit
Look,
out of him in the head.
stay in the
Kick
White
the dog.
House. Go, work on the problems. But maybe he's got like a secret cave in his house and we don't know about it.
Cave in his house.
And to do like that casually, like when you're
To
on
stop
camera
his
and in front of
frequent
people, that's not the first time he did it. So obviously his dog is crazy because he, I don't know, whatever, beats the shit out of it or is mean to it. So what do you think Hunter's life was like, or his daughter's life was like, who wrote all the crazy shit in her journal about what he did? So I mean, that's on the personal side of things. On the macro side of things, how about the 94 crime bill where you start, it was single-handedly put a huge amount of black people in jail for over prosecuting and overcharging crimes that were never crimes before. All the black fathers got taken out of homes for an extended period of time.
I as I'm saying, I
He
don't.
married the babysitter after his wife died. He got sworn in as senator like a week after his wife died and his kids are still in the hospital.
He's a certified piece of work. Yeah, he's a certified piece of work. But at the same time, it makes me sad about society in general. Like, I don't think that's a way to treat an elder. It doesn't matter what he did.
So all elders get a free pass?
Not all elders that they don't have their head straight. I'm not saying, but parading him and using him as a pawn of power, like, I think he already lived hell on earth, and I think he's far beyond.
Why do you think he lived hell on earth already?
Because the things they catch up with you, and because I've seen this, my cousin's granddad, he went through dementia, and they know what losing consciousness feel like. Because it doesn't go like one day you wake up in the morning and you lose consciousness. Like he felt his mind going away, and it's one of the most painful processes. Because one day you're all there playing cards, talking to people, seeing your grandkids, and then the next weekend he forgot about one of his grandkids. Then the next weekend he didn't recognize any of them, and it is a degrading thing. And at times of lucidity, this guy, he will remember how lucid he is and how he's losing his mind. And I think we're beyond that point. We passed that point of him losing his mind. And beyond that, it reflects very poorly on American society to parade an elderly man as the president of the republic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they did it to themselves, though. I mean, they were that desperate to have somebody they can control rather than somebody who was slightly differently opinionated than them. So they put this decrepit old guy who was falling apart before their eyes. Even back then, like they couldn't stand the idea of having Tulsi be president. They couldn't stand the idea of having RFK be the president. What if they simply just let RFK be in the primary, let him be on the ticket? He probably would have had 20% of the vote. Biden would have probably been down to the high 20s, and then it would have been a much easier decision to tell Biden to back out. And then RFK would probably have a really good chance of beating Trump, which I'm not even in favor of that happening. I think that would suck because he's flip-flopped too much on things for my liking.
Time flies by so fast that when there was a possibility of him, what's his name, of RFK Jr. being on the ticket for the Democrat, that didn't happen even a year ago. That was like 6 months ago. Remember the whole news story
where he became an independent?
Yeah.
No, but like imagine if they made him the candidate, or like at least let him be in the primary and saw how many votes he got as a Democrat. Because keep in mind like how heavy of lifting it is to be an independent. You have to there's an entire system in place that's built for the Democrats and Republicans where all the heavy work is taken out of their hands. But every last thing that he's doing is he has to brute force make it happen.
But I know what you're saying. Now, usually, that's not how it works. Like the incumbent gets to be on the ticket immediately.
Yeah, I mean, because it's a dangerous game to not put them on the ticket.
Yeah, I mean, under normal circumstances.
But I mean, you have to know where the direction this is going, which is why I think that they made this happen so fast. Because when does the debate happen normally? First, like in the end of the summer.
Yeah, around the end of the summer.
Yeah. So you think it's just a random coincidence they did this early, and now the first thing they're talking about is who's going to replace him, or they need to be replaced, and that they're making phone calls about this. And like, why do you look so much healthier today than last night?
But the thing is, Brandon, you're making it sound like they got caught off guard. I don't think it. I mean, the media they're posing as they're being shocked and caught off guard.
No, yeah, I think that the lower level establishment got caught off guard, but the higher up people know.
I'm pretty sure this is 100% by design. Because come on, Brandon, how far away are we from DC?
We mean like in distance?
Yeah.
Like what? 17,000 or 1,700 miles?
1,700 miles. How far away are we from the closest Democrat? Like another 16,000 miles.
From the closest Democrat?
Yeah, I don't
What do
know
you mean
any.
the closest?
Yeah, I don't know any of them.
In Florida?
Yeah, I never met one. Never met one.
I mean,
So what I'm getting at, that we're so far away in distance and politically, and the groups we hang out with, and the media we consume, and everything else.
uh-huh.
And we can tell from far away that he's not a viable candidate.
Yeah.
So anyone that had that little contact with him will be on the know that he's not all there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kinda.
That we can see it from a mile away, and we saw it 2 years ago. Like everyone knows.
Well, yeah, now everybody knows, like, because
Not now everyone knows. Everyone that works at CNN knows.
oh, okay, yeah. People at CNN, you're saying they knew before this and they weren't
They knew
actually
before.
shocked.
Everyone in the super PACs knows.
But it was
Everyone-
worse than usual last night.
Every elected official from the Democrat Party knows, you know?
But it was worse than usual last night.
But I don't believe they have true believers
At CNN?
at CNN, at the Democratic Party, whatever.
No, they have true believers in the machine, but not in the person.
No, they don't. I don't think anyone around him is a true believer.
But like, the true believer in what?
That he's the best person to take over the office of the president of the United States.
No, yeah, absolutely not. But they're true believers in that they feel the system's better off if they have a person they can control in the system, like in charge.
Yeah,
that's what they're true believers in.
And I don't know. Maybe after the next video, we can get into what is stopping them from removing him.
And it looks like Joe Biden, but here, this is a pretty good one.
There's many. I have a list of things that are stopping him.
Okay, so let's run this quick. And Trump gave Gavin Newsom a new nickname today.
By President.
Most incompetent president study anything, really. It's doing unbelievable things, making a fortune. I knew a man that's what it is. It's not his age, it's his competence. The question every voter should be asking themselves today is not whether Joe Biden can survive a 90 really survive 5 more months. This is the moment that Joe Biden is leaving the race. People are saying that after last night's performance that Joe Biden is leaving the race. But the fact is, I don't really believe that, because he does better in polls than any of the Democrats they're talking about. You've seen that, Glenn. These polls come out with some of the names they're being, like Gavin Newsom. He can't run California. He's one of the worst governors.
Gavin Newsom.
No, he's a bad governor. He can't run. He can't run California. People are leaving one of the most beautiful places on earth in terms of weather, in terms of everything else. You can't do any better than California. He's doing a terrible job. But he gets up and he says, "Oh, California's doing great," like a machine gun. But it's doing bad. People are leaving so fast, and he'd be easy. But he's got lousy poll numbers, and you take a look at some of the.
But yeah, so the fact that Trump is going after him, that's significant.
It is significant.
What do you think about that? You're saying before that you think it's a mistake to address it.
I mean, the thing is that a Trump nickname, doesn't matter how bad it is, it puts you in the national conversation.
Yeah, it means you're serious now.
Like once you're in the nickname club,
like you're in his crosshairs, like he sees you as a threat.
You're the real deal.
Yeah.
Low energy Jeb.
Right. That was the first, like, because Jeb was like if you look at a chart of who was most likely to win in 2016 of the primaries, the second Trump announces, like, Jeb is like above, like, if not in first place by a hair, and then immediately after the first primary debate, Trump skyrockets above him, and then the next highest person after Trump is the one he would attack, and just boom, 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 chopped him down.
He never had a chance. I'm sorry. Like
Who,
what-
Jeb?
Yeah, Jeb
Hell no. Why do you think
never had a
dumbass got the
chance.
chance before him?
It never had a chance.
It's like they picked their their alcoholic son, degenerate with a terrible past that was a super liability. They thought he was a better chance than boring Jeb.
By the way, people in the chat would just watch the Vice movie.
Uh-huh.
It was great.
The Vice movie. Oh, yeah. Dick Cheney, Vice.
Dick Cheney.
You gave it a
Vice.
7, though.
Well, because I reserved a 10 for God. And and
But like, what movie's a 10? Like, I don't think that
No,
movie's a
there's not-
10, but I
no,
think it's
there's
like
no movies that are
I think it's like an 8.3.
all right. You know, and I okay, let's get technical. I think it's a 7.6, 7.7. It's a really good movie. I liked it.
So it's a C plus.
I love what's his name? Mackay was his first name.
Adam McKay.
Adam McKay.
Yeah, even though he's liberal, he's super talented.
He's a great director. He's funny.
Mhm.
He's super liberal.
Yeah.
But at least when he does his liberal bullshit, you know where he's coming from.
Yeah.
And he does it in a way that is funny.
And the movie wasn't super biased or anything at all.
I mean, there was a few scenes that were made.
Well, were they
up.
making Bush like a fucking idiot?
Yeah, but it's a great film. Like if you're into politics, totally recommend it. Right now, I prepared Brandon. I have the official list of nicknames that Trump has
Oh
given
shit! Are they ranked?
out. We can rank them if you want.
Okay, or let's score them like 1 to 10.
All right, Steve Bannon, Sloppy Steve. All right.
I'll give that one an 8 because like the ones that have the same letters are the best ones.
Oh yeah, that's called alliteration, Brandon. It's a like a rhyme is when the last part is the same.
Yeah.
Alliteration is when the first part is the same.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, it flows.
it's
That
a-
like that's a T-shirt. Sloppy Steve. Boom, boom.
It's a literary resource that we've been using.
So
for years.
Donald Herbert Hoover Trump doesn't check any of
It
those.
doesn't check any literary devices. We have Joe Biden has 5 nicknames. He has Basement Biden. This comes from his 2020 campaign.
Can you put this on the screen?
You want me to put it on
Yeah.
the screen?
What's the fun if it's not on the screen?
I don't know. Let's put it on the screen. But Trump nicknames, they're my favorite.
I mean, sometimes he crushes it. Sometimes they're a little weak.
No, the thing is like they sometimes.
Beijing Biden. That's a great one.
All right, we have Beijing Biden.
I never saw that one
Crooked
before.
Joe Biden.
It just sounds fun.
Sleepy Joe,
Yeah.
classic. Slow Joe, classic. Michael.
You know, one of the stupidest ones were that make me laugh every time when he
Right.
started calling Ron DeSantis Rob DeSantis.
Rob DeSantis.
Like you're just so
'Cause it-
insignificant that I'm gonna get your
'cause
name
The
wrong.
thing is, his skills on the nickname making department are so great that sometimes he's ahead of time.
Mhm.
You know, or sometimes his reference they just sound good. and-
Yeah.
and you just think you really need to think deeply. Like the Rob DeSantis thing is that he doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, like he's such a small potatoes guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron.
I'm gonna get your name wrong because you don't matter.
Yeah, you don't matter. It's just gonna, like what a diss to like get the name wrong. Like that's what we do to the guy at the office that we don't really care about.
Yeah.
Like, hey Michael, no, I'm Josh. Oh, all right. 2 weeks later, hey Michael, how you doing? How are
Yeah.
the kids? No, I'm John. I told you I'm John.
Mm-mm.
So I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Michael Bloomberg, little Mike, George Bush, Mike Bush, Jeb Bush, because he talks about low energy Jeb.
Yeah.
Who else do we have? Chris Christie, sloppy Chris Christie. Sloppy is Trumpian for fat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're sloppy. Bill Clinton, Wild Bill. Hillary.
Wow. She have the
clocks
most?
No, she clocks in with 4. Biden has 5. And it's crazy Hillary, crooked Hillary, lying Hillary, beautiful Hillary.
Wow. What?
All right.
Was that like pre-election?
I can tell you right now, Trump issues nickname calls Hillary Clinton beautiful.
August 2023.
All right.
Interesting.
That's sarcasm.
Yeah.
He goes all across the literary spectrum. James Comey, he has 5.
Leaking James Comey.
Lying James Comey, shady
That's a
James
repeat.
Comey. Slime Ball James Comey, Slippery James Comey.
Slippery and leaking is the best.
But if you do a tier list of like how good the nickname is, like the non-repeat ones, that's the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
All right. Lion Ted.
The best part about that one's the way he would describe it. He's like, it's Lion Ted. LYIN apostrophe Lion Ted.
Lion Ted. that was a great one.
Why is the apostrophe so important?
Right. Here's what you said, Rob DeSantis.
It's so stupid.
This dude is brilliant.
It is.
Like, because sometimes stupid meets with genius, and you get Rob DeSantis. What else?
Ron DeSanctimonious, that was kind of weak.
Nikki Haley.
Oh, Meatball Rob was funny, or Meatball Ron was funny.
Meatball Ron. Ron DeSantis.
Tiny D, I never heard that one.
I don't want to get into that one. I liked Ron DeSantis. Like,
yeah.
But this
Until
one
he lied
right
about the
here,
shoe thing.
this one right here is one of my favorites. Is Bird Brain Nikki Haley. Because when he came out with it,
yeah,
like I didn't get it.
I still don't explain it.
She forgets like birds.
Uh-huh.
When you have bird brain, is that you forget things.
Oh, and she does?
She forgot that she was working for Boeing, then she was governor, and then she was working for Boeing again, you know?
Yeah.
So bird brain, you know, Nikki Haley.
He sent like a bird cage and bird food to her house too, right?
Yeah, he went all in, you know? So that didn't make sense at the beginning, but then you think about it like, oh yeah, she's very forgetful.
Mm-hmm.
She's very forgetful.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
Lolita James Peekaboo.
Alita James, Mad Dog.
When did he call Kevin McCarthy my Kevin?
My Kevin.
Like he owns him.
Mitch McConnell, broken old crow. Who else? He has given a lot of.
Oh wow! When did does the Gavin Newsom thing old, or is this like updated as of today?
Let me see. 2024 and 2024 is been just updated. Someone who like I don't know.
This person's on it.
I don't know who is updating. You know, I don't know who's updating this page, but good on you.
Yeah, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Thanks for the hustle. Who else we have?
Crazy Nancy, Nervous Nancy.
Nervous Nancy, Marco Rubio, Little Marco.
Crazy Bernie.
Crazy Bernie. That's a classic. Adam Schiff.
Little Adam Schiff. Wow, he spelled that little different. Oh wait, never mind.
Little.
Yeah, he spelled different than Marco's. Interesting.
Well, that's what he had to explain. Maybe there's something to like the spelling of the.
Oh, there definitely is.
Well, who else?
Oh, he called him pencil neck too. That one's funny. And watermelon head.
And because this comes from clips, like every time I read this list, I remember exactly when he said it.
Yeah.
Like Elizabeth Warren.
Pocahontas.
That we saw that clip again this week.
Should I play it?
Oh, please play it. It's one of the greatest clips. And then he has the foreign leaders in a separate list. This guy is doing too much. He's doing too much. You have Rocket Man, Little Rocket Man. Who else? Jake Tapper, Fake Tapper. The next one we can't say.
I just want to
all right, here it is.
thank you. I just want to thank.
Oh, here we go.
Wait, is the sound coming through?
I think so. All right, I'll take this thing down.
Chuck Todd,
Ready?
Sleepy Eyes. All right.
And I just want to thank you because
It's
you're
not
very,
coming
very
through.
special people.
It's not coming through?
You were
No,
here
it's
long
not.
before.
It's playing on your laptop.
Interesting. Has it been the case for all of them?
Let me see something. If it's the case, sorry,
So that would explain things.
All right.
Technical.
Yeah,
Not difficulties, but.
Um,
Wait, so how are you seeing that it wasn't showing on there?
because I can hear it from here.
Oh, okay. But in regard to this one, there's so many variations of it that I appreciate. So like This one he's speaking to a Native American in like a serious situation and does the throwback with the Pocahontas thing. Then there's one where he's like they're trying to pressure him to apologize for it, and then he actually apologizes, but not in the way you might think. If
All
you
right.
remember it, is it all right? We good now?
We're supposed to be good.
And I just want to thank you because
Whatever.
you're very, very special people. You were here long before any of us were here. Although we have a representative in Congress who they say was here a long time ago. They call her Pocahontas. But you know what? I like you. And I just
Oh, that's so great.
It is great.
And then do you remember when they asked him to apologize, what he said?
No, I don't.
Do you actually not, or are you just saying that to build suspense?
I'm building suspense right here. Because I never watched a Trump clip before in my life.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's that one.
Do you regret?
Are you guys hearing in the chat if there's any audio engineers you can tell us?
I thought you were an audio engineer.
Well, but I don't know. Just
Do you regret calling her Pocahontas? Do you regret that?
I do regret calling her Pocahontas because I think it's a tremendous insult to Pocahontas. That's right. So to Pocahontas, I would like to apologize to you.
All right.
Did you see him try to not laugh?
he's probably the funniest president.
Look at Bill O'Reilly trying to like where is that? Look at him trying to not laugh.
Pocahontas, I would like to.
Bill O'Reilly, good guy. Maybe not so
in some ways.
Yeah.
Others not so much.
He was down to
But
clown.
he was the GOAT for a while.
Yeah, he was.
Like, he was the OG Tucker.
Yeah, he was numero uno at like
Fox has a tendency to decapitate their best guys.
Yeah, their HR department is brutal.
But I mean, at least there was a justifiable reason for O'Reilly. Tucker was more political.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, things happen. But whatchamacallit? So in regard to this, I think that the biggest thing keeping him in there is like it looks like it's Jill, and I had no idea about this before. Like the two things that we saw her speak at yesterday and today, like she's way more fired up than he is. Like, what the hell is she thinking? Like, why is she still fighting for? Like, what has she even done as first lady? By the way,
Okay, there's a few reasons. I'm gonna list a few, and you tell me yay or nay.
okay,
All right.
yep.
First of all, Jill. Yay or nay?
As far as
No, I'm gonna list a few reasons of why they're not gonna eat him.
okay,
Jill.
yeah.
Right. The second reason, Kamala Harris.
What about her?
They can't get rid of her.
Yeah, they have to give her something sweet that she's happy with, and if she's gonna go down quietly.
I think it's Supreme Court.
Because what's his name? Piers.
Where else would we put her?
Yeah, no, that's the word on the street. Either Supreme Court or what was the other one? She's already been a senator, like I don't know, Attorney General. That would suck. But
Attorney General, maybe.
it's kind of a step down. Not really.
Is it a step down?
Not really. Like anybody who's ambitious and like wants to actually do productive things during the day would probably rather be Attorney General than Vice President.
But so that's one. That's another one. Then the logistics and the laws
Of what?
of the ballots.
How do you know how that works?
I mean, I know how it works in a few places, but every state has different laws.
Yeah.
Uh,
That'd be a shit show if he doesn't go down easy and like the Democrat states are on board with putting somebody else on the ballot, but the Republican states aren't because they know it'll be a shit show for them.
they can correct me if I'm wrong. But the thing is, taking him out of the ballot didn't go through, so they already said the president, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't think taking people out or in ballots. I think the whole country, since it's a federal election, should have the right to vote for the same people. But then you have some states that they close the ballots.
Mm-hmm.
They close them early for the people that can be there. There's a law
Yeah.
that until a certain point they need to reach a certain threshold.
Yeah. Signatures and funding and all that.
Funding and all that stuff.
Yep.
So you have some states that they can correct me if I'm wrong again, but there's some states that he's already, like if Gavin Newsom got in, if Michelle Obama got in, they wouldn't be in that ballot.
So basically, if he plays ball and agrees to do this, it's something that could be arranged, and the machine will do its thing, and it'll be easy. But if he isn't willing to go down easy, then it could be a shit show, and they might have to take drastic measures.
It could be a shit show. Like, I mean, they're capable of anything.
Who do you think has most influence over him right now? You think it's Jill, or you think it's like Obama?
Depends on what aspect, like of what he's gonna do with his life.
Yeah, like if whether or not
Like
he wants to be president again.
Probably Jill.
Really?
Probably Jill. But I think, why would Jill not be aligned with Obama? I don't think she will.
I mean, is she going rogue? It seems like she's going rogue.
You think she's going rogue?
I've never seen her speak like that before.
It's crazy. It's crazy talk. So okay, you have first of all Jill, then you have Kamala Harris.
More influence than Obama.
Then you have the ballot thing. Some states they print the ballots early.
Yeah.
Like
Ooh.
some of them go really early.
What a stupid thing that's stopping that from potentially happening is the fact that they printed out ballots already.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a minor thing.
What, to print out ballots?
To print 300,000 of something, to print 1 million of something, to
Dude,
print
do you
2
realize
million of
what we
something.
do in the world every day? It shouldn't be a big deal to print 300,000 pieces of paper.
Yeah, but I mean, Brandon, printing them is one thing, and then moving them securely where they need to be is another thing.
What, so we can move mass weapons across the globe to a different country to fight a war, but we can't print paper and like move around our country for an election?
They had trouble last time.
Trouble.
They had trouble printing them.
Yeah, how how normal does that sound?
I'm no one to judge here, Brandon.
Like, our government doesn't have the capability to print a bunch of paper and disperse it like with a few months of time ahead of time.
I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, they will get it done. If they're in a pinch, they will get it done.
Yeah.
So you have those things. I think Kamala, Jill, the logistics and the laws, and then the other thing is the base. The base is the Democratic base is split. This Israel-Palestine thing really hit them hard.
What, the row?
No, the Israel-Palestine thing.
Oh yeah, he called them Palestinian last night.
So if they bring someone in that is like to Israel, I don't think it's gonna go down well.
Well, if you're against Israel, you're gonna have a hard time no matter
You're
what.
gonna have a hard time, and if they
he never would have done
if
this
they bring
before the
someone
election.
in that is too pro-Palestinian, they're gonna have a hard time.
Did you notice last night even Trump wouldn't touch the Israel topic? Like, they asked him twice as the beginning of his 2 minutes, like, answer is supposed to be 2 minutes. They asked him, "What do you do with Israel Palestine?" And he said, "I would have to look at the situation," but then went right back to the NATO Ukraine stuff. Didn't touch the Israel topic with a 10-foot pole.
Because the NATO stuff is the NATO Russia Ukraine thing. It's an easy thing. And
Yeah,
he
it's
actually
straightforward.
It's super straightforward.
You have something to complain about. You have a good guy to bad guy. You have people to blame.
You have a solution on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't usually believe politicians, but I do believe Trump that this wouldn't have happened with him there.
No, I mean, there's very easy things to point to that would make them not happen. With the Ukraine thing, if we didn't try to put nuclear weapons or at least surface air missiles in Ukraine and try and keep encroaching on Russia over the past 30 years, that wouldn't have happened. And if oil didn't get as expensive as it did, Russia wouldn't have been able to afford to do this. And then with the Israel thing, if we didn't unlock the sanctions for Iran and unlock hundreds of billions of dollars to them, they wouldn't have had the money to start giving to Hezbollah and Hamas and the Houthis again.
But I don't know. I keep my position as a non-interventionist, and I don't think there's a voice being heard.
Non-intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, sometimes, like, you can make an argument for it in like drastic measures, like if like genocide's happening to an ally or something. But everything that we're caught up in, we've kind of provoked.
Yeah. Like from the Mujahideen during the Soviet era all the way now, you can trace a single line here. But
did you see Trump hitting a golf ball today, talking shit about Biden?
Please play that clip. It fills my soul with joy.
He's just walking around all day talking shit to his friends.
Yeah, just he has friends though, a lot of friends.
Here's Biden.
Oh wow, terrible form.
Took a piece of dirt out of the ground. What the hell's the matter with him to say that he was had a 6 handicap last night?
I don't even know. You think he actually golfed seriously?
I mean, a funny thing too that kind of went overlooked is he said, when I was vice president, I got my handicap down to a 6, meaning that he didn't do shit as vice president to the point where he had enough time to golf and get good at golf.
Well, I mean, Trump did golf a lot.
I think they just filmed him golfing a lot.
But I mean, is that I think you're entitled to golf a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, like, what? Kennedy and Clinton were banging hoes. He can't golf.
And running.
Running?
Yeah.
Who?
Clinton used to do jogging.
Jogging? What the fuck?
I call
walk, walk, jogging?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. He was famous for running around. Like he will literally
jogging or what are you saying?
I'm saying jogging.
What's that?
It's just a weird because it's such a stupid thing. I like to pronounce it weird.
Oh, so jogging.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying like he did this weird combination of like walk, jogging.
It's a joke from Anchorman.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should have picked up on that.
Yeah, they call it jogging. You know.
Yeah.
He goes like, apparently people go and just run. You know.
Yeah.
But whatever, lost reference.
That's okay. So another fun thing that I found last night. So I started talking with Pat about this, how every moment in elections and debates, there's like this iconic moment that sort of like captures the whole narrative and makes or breaks the election. So I was going through them, and last night I found all the scenarios in the past, 5 or 6 elections that like totally shifted the narrative and like captured the whole thing. So do you remember any off the top of your head?
No, I don't remember any of them.
No. So the Kennedy one, we know that's easy. Like Nixon just looked like shit, but
Hillary
this one
with the parables.
Yeah, that and like because you'd be in jail. Like I mean something like that. That's
Yeah.
like the punchy home run line, like one liner that everybody remembers, or either like the home run or the screw up that everybody remembers. So this is what ruined Gerald Ford against Jimmy Carter.
Oh
There
wow,
is
it's a good
no
section.
Soviet domination of Eastern Europe, and there never will be under a Ford administration.
He's like,
sorry,
the fuck
could
did
I
you
just
say?
Did I understand you to say, sir, that the Russians are not using Eastern Europe as their own sphere of influence and occupying most of the countries there and making sure with their troops that it's a communist zone, whereas on our side of the line, the Italians and the French are still flirting with
I
possibility
don't
of
believe
communism.
So everybody made fun of him for that, and that kind of like really shit on his reputation. And that was a close race. So that
Until
was the make or
then-
break moment for, huh?
This used to happen a lot more often.
What?
And I think if you look back at the 2020 debate,
Mm-hmm.
Biden had the election ruining moment.
Really? Because I thought the one that like that captured the narrative for that was that Trump just kept interrupting him.
That's basic.
It is, but like there wasn't really like a home run or a big fumble with that one.
I think there was. I don't know. I need to look into it, but he did have some pretty good takes.
So, do you want to see? Ooh, you want to see Al Gore versus George Bush, or
Just a classic.
Dukakis versus Bush Senior?
I don't know about Dukakis, but
You said it funny. Dukakis.
yeah, Dukakis.
The first question goes to Governor Dukakis. You have 2 minutes to respond. Governor, if Kitty Dukakis were raped and murdered, would you favor an irrevocable death penalty for the killer?
No, I don't, Bernard, and I think you know that I've opposed the death penalty during all of my life. I don't see any evidence that it's a deterrent, and I think there are better and more effective ways to deal with violent crime. We've done so in my own state, and it's one of the reasons why.
So that ruined him, along with the stupid thing with the army tank, but not anywhere close to this. So, like, all right, dude, you're so political or against the death penalty so much that you can't have a human response to the guy asking the notion of your wife getting raped and murdered by somebody. Would you be in favor of the death penalty? Like, what kind of person gives a unemotional robotic answer like that. Like any normal person would say, like, no, wouldn't need the death penalty there. I'd take care of it myself. How about that as an answer?
That's like Gavin Newsom level of politician.
Answer?
Yeah.
Politician or no? But Newsom would be smooth with that. I think that wasn't a smooth answer.
What would Newsom say?
Newsom be like, if anybody did anything to my wife like that, trust me, they'd be begging for the death penalty.
All right, that's a good answer, Brandon.
Yeah, thanks.
Great answer.
Yeah. Newsom doesn't know what he has coming if he's still around in the political sphere when I'm around. But so next, there's plenty of these. Is this interesting to you?
It is very interesting.
Like these are the maker. Like you said the other day, nobody ever wins an election. This is what wins or loses an election. Not like how many good points you make. Like the one moment that everybody remembers and talks about. Because it's like the defining moment.
I think this is very interesting.
Do you remember what Bush versus Al Gore, that narrative was? Very stupid, but
effective.
Oh, hold on, I'm at max capacity. I gotta remove a thing.
We're video maxing right here on the Brandon Aceto podcast. Please
That's
subscribe,
how much
leave a like,
content we bring.
make
to the
a friend
table.
in the comments.
We are breaking StreamYard.
We have 100% success rate of people that talk to each other in the comments. They make friends.
Sometimes marriages.
Sometimes marriages. You might find your wife in the comments, especially if you subscribe.
This is the one. Oh, here it is.
All right.
Just 1%. Those are very clear differences.
Governor, 1 minute. Man's practicing fuzzy math again. There's differences. Under Vice President Gore's plan, he's going to grow the federal government. I've had a record of appointing judges in the state of Texas. That's what a governor gets to do. A governor gets to name Supreme Court judges.
Something as stupid and subtle as that. Like he gave great answers. He was obviously much smarter than Bush. Bush was talking about fuzzy math, but that stupid, shit-headed, condescending
like aside,
man looked like a dick.
Aside from the death, killing, and destruction and complete negligence of the office of the presidency, like I like Bush. You know,
and that's what won him right there. Like
I like that
like, you
guy.
know, I'd hang out with that guy. Other guy, asshole.
80 day asshole. I like Bush, and I think he's stealth smart.
Yeah, I guess I know what you mean, like soft skills standpoint.
Yeah, he's country smart.
Country smart.
Yeah, that's a new thing. We should make those t-shirts. Country smart.
Now, this one is a real banger. I think. Yeah, this is the best.
To President Reagan. Mr. President, I want to raise an issue that I think has been lurking out there for 2 or 3 weeks and cast it specifically in national security terms.
Home run.
You already are the oldest president in history, and some of your staff say you were tired after your most recent encounter with Mr. Mondale. I recall yet that President Kennedy had to go for days on end with very little sleep during the Cuba Missile Crisis. Is there any doubt in your mind that you would be able to function in such circumstances?
Not at all, Mr. Truitt, and I want you to know that also I will not make age an issue of this campaign. I am not going to exploit for political purposes my opponent's youth and inexperience.
It was so good.
It's over. It's over. Done. Like I can sit here and watch Reagan clips all night.
Oh, magic. Like listening to him speak was like listening to, I don't know, jazz music if you like jazz, or like you know
like that's why I always say Trump is one of the funniest presidents. Reagan is the funniest.
Reagan was different, kind of funny. Like he was like grandpa or dad humor funny, but like it actually hit.
But he was hilarious.
He was like all of his communist jokes.
Yeah, I love it.
But like he's the type who would like he'd like write jokes down. Like they found a giant notebook of all of his jokes and one-liners. But Trump is kind of more raunchy off the cuff, which is
like
beautiful in its own way.
I have evolved in my thinking. And
Did you know?
Yeah, and I've seen what neocons what they've been doing for the past 30 years.
Okay.
If you asked me like 6 months ago, he would have been my favorite president. No cap, nothing.
Reagan?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've seen the effects of his wing of the Republican Party.
Unpack that. I'm not sure I know what you're saying.
What do you say? He's a neocon.
Is Reagan a neocon? How do you define neocon?
Not MAGA.
But MAGA is a new thing, though. So, like, what you're saying, it was Reagan establishment?
Yeah.
He was establishment enough to like get by. So something that we always try to bring attention to is something called the Trilateral Commission, which was started by David Rockefeller, and it was like the beginning of the WEF and the globalism push. And Reagan regularly had dinner and kind of collaborated with them. I mean, not as bad as Carter. Carter was like handpicked by the Trilateral Commission, and his like entire administration was full of them. So, I mean, Reagan. It was kind of like Trump in Israel. Like he played along enough with the establishment, like the way that Trump does with Israel, to like not be hated by everybody.
Like if you could place him now, Brad, like with a modern current political figure, who would it be?
Reagan? I'd say he's like
Because he's not a Trump guy.
No, he's not Trump. I would say he's like
I think he'd be around a Ted Cruz. Like slightly on the outside, slightly on the inside.
He's more swaggy than Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz has no
but
swag.
Like his political leanings and policies. Because like,
oh yeah,
personality wise, nothing to say. He's funny. He's hilarious. A gentleman. Good looking.
Maybe like Holly.
Maybe like Holly. No, I think Holly's a little bit more
Republican than him.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's willing to pretend that he's being tough.
You know what? No, here's why he's not like Cruz, because Cruz is much different on abortion than Reagan was. Because like Reagan had the 3 exceptions, like he would say, like Trump says, was it rape, incest, and threat to the life of the mother. I don't think Cruz is that lenient on abortion. I think Cruz would be in favor of a national ban.
All right.
I'm trying to find one more of Bush Sr. checking his watch during the debate.
That was really good.
Here, unpack what you're saying, Mar, while I stall and try to find this.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying.
No, I know it's funny that you follow up with
set you up with an alley oop. You know what? It was another alley oop. Subscribing to the Brandon Acita podcast.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Best podcast.
We're getting there. We're getting there one day at a time.
A day at a time. Like I'm gonna read the chat now. Has anyone? Here's a good question. We didn't talk about VP.
Oh yeah, he didn't even mention it.
I heard from the Trump camp that
What do you mean you heard from the Trump camp? Who'd you speak to in the Trump camp?
Well, Brandon, I know people that know people. Don't ask questions. This podcast used to be called the Need to Know podcast, and you don't need to know that. But but when I'm saying like what I heard, it was like yes, 100% he will announce.
So obviously you got misinformation.
I got misinformed. That was misinformation.
Who's your guy in the Trump camp? Like the caterer or something?
Yeah, one of the caterers. He's chilling. He's a menace. He's a menace. Like he serves drinks only with the right hand.
What's that mean? Oh, because he's a Republican.
He leads right so bad.
Remember when Trump was giving the speech and like the podium was breaking and he's like, it's like it just keeps leaning left like everything else.
That is, but that's VP matter at this point.
Yeah. I think it'd be dumb if he takes Burgum, which I saw the Vegas odds the other day said that Burgum was the highest favorite. He was at like plus 225. The next highest was who the hell was it? Tim Scott? No, not Tim Scott. Here, I found this video, and then I'll pull up the Vegas odds after this. Oh, max capacity again. That's how hard we're going.
You're hoarding videos.
I know. I don't delete them fast enough.
No,
here we go.
Right here. Yes, how has the national debt personally affected each of your lives? And if it hasn't, how can you honestly find a cure for the economic problems of the common people if you have no experience in what's ailing them?
A question right here.
One more time.
Yes, how has the national debt...
What's going through his mind right there?
What's going through his mind?
Yeah.
Need to go.
What? What's he got to do? He's the president. Why can't he listen to the people?
Yes, president things to do. What do you know about it?
So I was watching this video and this guy gave a great breakdown. I almost want to pull up the full video because So it does like a comparison of how Bush answers this lady, this poor nice lady who is just wondering about the national debt. Does it affect you? You're a rich guy. Do you feel affected at all? You're worried about it?
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean? Like, I mean, if you could explain what you're trying to say more clearly, I'll try to answer it, but you're not really making it clear. And so he's like, Bush was being all impatient and like a what do you call it? Like an elitist, because he's rich at this time. He's worth like almost $100 million, I think, at this time. Because he used the CIA to capture oil fields in South America.
Good. Good for him.
But then sweet talking Clinton comes up and he walks right up to her and he's like, it's like, this is why I'm doing the national debt, darling. Like, first, we're going to do this, this, and that. And, like, real intimate. Like, he cares deeply about you. And he's, like, having a conversation, looking right into your soul.
Intimate.
Yeah.
Very, very intimate. And
he definitely slayed, too.
He
still does.
Slay. He still slays.
Yeah. I almost want to go ahead. I'm going to try and find the full video.
I want to get back to the VP conversation.
Okay. I'll pull up the odds.
This is my position right now. I think Trump could literally run with al-Baghdadi and it wouldn't hurt him after last night's debate. Now, I do think there's some people that could lift him. I don't think anyone can sink him, but I think some people will do a lot for the campaign.
What the heck? When is this thing being updated? So this is saying that here, I'll share the screen. Tim Scott jumped up to #1, and it looks like this changed since last night, unless it's different by site.
Well, I said it last night. I said it 2 weeks ago. I said it months ago. He's not my top pick, but I think he's the most likely pick.
I mean, what? Just because he's black? I agree that a black person would help him, but Tim Scott's less black than Trump.
In attitude?
Yeah, just like in the way he carries himself.
Well, but come on. I think
he might be gay, allegedly.
The thing is, it's not even the race thing, it's the milk toast thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's less black than Trump.
This campaign, this presidency is about Trump. You want the most milk toast VP.
It's like Frank Underwood said, what two types of vice presidents are there? Do you remember that quote?
No, but
Frank Underwood said.
What did he say?
It's like, there's two types of vice presidents in this world. There's doormats and matadors. Which one do you think I'm going to be?
All right.
When he was vice president.
All right.
And then then obviously he picks the bitch when he becomes president.
Yeah. You don't want
an alpha mind as the vice president.
You don't.
No.
And I think he's a good solid pick. I don't think it will hurt him. I don't think they have dirt on him. And it'd be a good solid pick.
And if it comes out that he's gay, it could be a net positive.
Yeah. Does it excite me? And no, it doesn't.
See, this one's got Burgum as #1, so these things are all over the place.
Do you dislike Tim Scott?
I'm completely neutral on him. He's if anything, boring as fuck.
It is very boring. I'm super neutral about him.
The debate when we went to it was electric until Tim Scott started speaking.
And that's what you're looking for.
Somebody that could put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Why? Just so they don't bother you?
Yeah, so they don't bother you. He will look great on press things. If any racial.
What about a ride or die true believer that'll have your back if he ever needs to do something that the vice president is in the position to do, like break the tie vote in the Senate, or what did Trump want Pence to do on January 6th? He wanted them to
not certify the election.
Yeah.
Well, I think he will learn from that lesson, and if
he picks Tim Scott or
I don't think Tim Scott
Burgum.
I don't think Tim Scott will flip.
I think he'll go whichever direction the wind's going.
All right.
You think so somebody who's like a beta doormat vice president isn't going to go against the full force of the establishment?
I don't think anyone knows or cares about enough about Tim Scott to know the answer to that question. I'm sorry, nobody cares about Tim Scott. That's why he's great. On the other hand, what would be your GOAT pick if you could pick it?
I think Tulsi, because she checks the woman vote. She's a fighter. She's been in the military, been in Congress. Even she might even capture some Democrats because she used to be a Democrat. So I think I think Vivek would be the strongest one, but I think he'd be a better attorney general than vice president.
It will it will make him useless.
Who?
Vivek in the vice
Yeah, it's
presidency.
like wasted talent as a vice president.
It's such a waste of talent. I think goat picks, it'd be number 1 Carrie Lake.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Because she's hard hitting, but she
Yeah.
can get on a level.
She's an amazing speaker.
Who else?
Got people fired up.
I think Ted Cruz could do a good job because he's like a Mike.
Ooh, Josh Hawley.
Josh Hawley could do real well. Ted Cruz, Josh Hawley. Why Ted Cruz? Because he is like Mike Pence on steroids.
Ooh, you know who could be good? Imagine Kayleigh McEnany.
Woo! She needs to
I think
be
that's the home run.
Nah, she needs to be press secretary again.
I know. She's a great press secretary of all time.
Putting Vivek on as vice president be a waste of talent.
Same with her.
And she'd be a waste of talent not being in front of the camera every 2 hours. I'm sorry. I said it. You heard it here first.
You're completely right. I mean, like, she's the most incredible speaker and on her toes information gatherer in the world, but somehow her looks are more impressive than all that.
I want to see her and hear her
as much as possible.
As much as possible. Would she leave Fox for that position?
Yeah, Fox is dying.
But she got a pretty sweet contract with Fox
yeah,
afterwards.
But Fox is a dying corpse, just like the rest of the mainstream media companies. Like a thing just came out like saying how much market share mainstream media has lost.
The bar is so low right now that anyone would be a better press secretary. Look, even I could be a better press secretary. I'd be like, too many questions. Get out. Get
out. Let's see. Is this 2024?
Is it 2024? This conspiracy theory that we lost 200 years.
What?
Yeah.
No. So this thing that I always look at, it shows what percentage of viewers go towards cable TV versus streaming. And it's dropped by like 15% last year and flipped in cable and streaming's favor. So in 2022, that was the first year that streaming went ahead of cable. It was at 34.8%. Then in 2023, it was, let's see, went to streaming 38.7, cable 29.6.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, I should show this.
Here in the chat, George is coming hot with 2 picks.
Oh,
he gets
snap.
JD Vance.
Oh shit. Do you trust JD Vance?
I don't, but it's been talked about a lot.
So it's okay.
He agrees with us about Tulsi.
So look, to the viewers, 2022 cable TV was at 34% viewership, streaming 34.8, and then if you go to 2023, goes all the way down to 29% for cable.
And that must be even higher right now.
Yeah, I saw it just came out the other day. I like the way this chart's set up, so I'm eager for the day that the 2024 version of this comes out. But I think it usually comes out in like August.
Oh, by the way, I won the bet.
Oh, it only went down 1% this time. What the heck?
Hey.
What?
I won the bet.
What?
The chat was wrong. You were wrong. Everyone was wrong, and I was right about how many times he got called convicted felon.
Yeah, only once.
Technically twice.
Was it twice? I didn't catch the second one. Did anybody in the chat get it right?
Nobody got it right.
Wow.
I was the lowest at 3, so that makes me the prediction champ.
Good job.
I knew they were going to use it. I knew it.
That they were or they weren't?
They weren't.
Why?
Because Trump was too prepared.
Because they had the Hunter Biden thing in the holster.
Yeah. See, they touched it, and Trump pulled the trigger immediately.
Yeah.
And that really took Biden on a trip.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thank you, chat.
But yeah, so that's the rundown for today as far as what's going on with the debates and what we think the future holds. I think in like 1 week, Like that's the Vegas odds. Like it's gonna happen like a week, or it's not gonna happen if they replace him. Like if the momentum increases for them talking about this, and like if you see articles every day like talking about this, putting pressure on them, then it's gonna be a thing. If it starts to like fade away, then I guess not.
We need to wait and see. I'm right now.
That's like a cop-out answer.
I'm in the fog of war because yes, it was very intense. Things were said.
Intense from what? The media reaction? It was the
media
debate.
reaction.
The debate wasn't intense.
It was super intense, and we talked this whole time over an hour, and we didn't give Trump enough credit
For what?
for the debate yesterday.
Why, you think he did good?
He did great.
I think the muted mics helped him a lot.
Listen to me. The muted mics help him a lot.
Yeah.
He's so there. He was well prepared.
Mm-hmm.
He had all his answers. He knew the tone. And it's a new tone. We haven't seen that tone from Trump.
Yeah.
Collected, precise. It was like a surgeon.
Right.
Surgeon on the tone. Not too high, not too low, a little jab here.
He's like a Mayweather instead of a Tyson.
Yeah, he used to be a Tyson, and he showed a Mayweather that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
He was a sniper.
Yeah.
Like he didn't get too hot.
And he said, "Let's not act like children" when Biden started talking about golf.
Yeah. So I don't know if everyone is talking about how bad Biden did. I think this Trump performance was textbook. Everything that he needed to got all his points in there. I don't know. I think it was great, calm, collected, precise, and that shows that he's coachable.
Yeah,
you can tell there was.
He's strategic. He's not just like impulsive.
This will be tactical.
Did you see the lie detector thing that they did? Here, let me try and show this.
I want to go home with you. Thank you.
Rachel Maddow. I hadn't seen this
is
one
a
yet,
live
but I
shot
saw it
in
on
Atlanta
Twitter.
tonight. This is at a watch party in Atlanta. Getting the microphone back to, does that say Pretty Tammy the DJ? Yes, it does. And Beyonce kicks in. And the president is dancing. What a night. This has just been I mean, you heard his voice and his energy there and his cadence there. A world away from what you just heard on the debate stage.
Yeah. Wow. When she flips, that is done. So, dude, before this is over, we need to get a few Biden Harris t-shirts.
Why?
Because it's
this
just so
would be
funny.
an ancient relic.
Yeah.
Like this actually happened.
Yeah.
And then there was one where they were showing like what the hell was it? Like CNN was talking about the lies that Biden told. Where is it? Oh, here we go.
He said he's the only president in a while who didn't have any troops dying anywhere in the world. Troops have, of course, died on his watch. He said he's put in a $15 per shot cap on insulin and Medicare. It's a $35 a month cap. He said it's a $200 cap on overall drug spending in Medicare. It's $2,000 a year. He said the border now has fewer crossings than when Trump was in office. That's generally not true. He said, or at least strongly suggested, unemployment was at 15% when he took office. It was actually 6.4. He said Trump wants to get rid of Social Security. Trump doesn't. He said billionaires pay 8.2% in taxes. It's much higher. He said Trump told Americans to inject bleach amid COVID. We know Trump made foolish comments about scientists studying disinfectant injection, but didn't frame it as advice to people. And Biden said the Border Patrol endorsed him. No, its union supported the border bill he'd supported, never endorsed him himself.
Like that's crazy to see.
This is so bizarre because some of those talking points they made on CNN.
Yeah.
And they're fact checking their own bullshit. Like, it's just
that's how you know
it's unbelievable. I don't know.
But the media's trying, like, it's like you could really easily see what's happening by what they're trying to tell you to think. That's how I've always felt about the mainstream media.
I don't know, and I think there's the split, the crack between the mainstream media and the Democratic Party already started.
Give an example.
It's a crack. We never till now seen this because they usually work in tandem.
Mm-hmm.
We never seen them going this hard towards a presidential candidate.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, because they're desperate to not let Trump get back in, so it's terrifying to them, the notion of putting that up against that.
Like, you think it's fear?
Yeah, think about it, like, what's so scary about Mitt Romney if Obama doesn't win? Like, what's so scary about John McCain if Obama doesn't win? What's so scary about George Bush if Al Gore and John Kerry didn't win? Like, it's the same person for the most part each time.
It is.
But this is a vicious beast in their eyes that'll rip them apart if he gets in.
The pool is being drained.
Swamp.
No, the pool that the media lands on every time because they're losing market share, as you said.
Yeah. Sports are even leaving cable, which is one of their last pillars.
Sports are leaving cable.
The boomers are learning how to stream, which the faster that happens, the better.
And the non-partisan left of right media space is the fastest growing space.
Yeah.
So, the independent right of center space is just growing really fast. Libertarians, independents. So I don't know. They're losing power real quick.
Yeah, like, look how many people are watching. So CNN had like 1 million people watching live during the debate, but like look at all the like independent people across YouTube that were doing watch parties. There was well over 1 million people watching a non-CNN place.
And the thing is that they sent the letters out
saying that you couldn't stream it
to dissuade them.
Yeah.
So
they got the jump on people.
Because if us or the Daily Wire or Crowder or Tim Pool or whatever, all these media spaces, they would have known that they could stream it freely and they could promote it to the level that it could have been promoted. It would have been over.
Yeah.
Like, who will watch CNN commentary on top of it if you can watch the same thing and have
fun people
like doing the commentary on it?
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's no thought.
No thought, no contest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like everybody, I'm sure a lot of people thought they couldn't stream it at first. So, people nice. So people tuned in, like the person they wanted to watch it with wasn't streaming it at first because they thought they couldn't. They go to CNN because they assume that's the place where to go to watch it. Then people realize, oh, we can't stream this without getting it taken down. But how many people didn't know that once it already started? Probably a good amount.
Probably like double the amount, because the final count for the stream for CNN was around 1 million.
Yeah,
and I think amongst the 5 bigger networks on YouTube, if each one took 100,000 away from it, or like 200,000 away from it, it would have been over.
Yeah,
they would have had 250,000, 500,000, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just like look at the average live viewers that like the biggest people in politics had on YouTube, like the biggest political YouTube channels had in 2020 versus today. Like it's like probably 10,000 live streamers back then. Today, there's people with over 100,000 live streamers, like live viewers that just are their own like individual shop with the YouTube channel, not a mainstream place. So it's gonna be 4 years from now, easily 1 million live viewers for like the biggest people on YouTube.
Yeah.
And less than 1 million for sure for the establishment networks.
And also the money is going different ways, so
yeah, the sports is going to kill them when sports start leaving that.
Yeah, maybe no, but for the political stuff, maybe next time someone has the money to make a serious offer and have first dib on it.
Host a debate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's going to happen for sure.
That will happen for sure. So
and then you could set the terms of it.
And that will change the game tremendously.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
In that regard, the future looks bright, and
super bright.
We're at about a hour and a half now, and we got an early date tomorrow, but otherwise we'd stay with you guys all night.
You do too?
Yeah.
Like early?
Around the same time as you.
Jesus.
I know. That's
work,
the life.
Work never ends. So you better subscribe because we're right here working around the clock.
We're doing it for you and for America.
Yep.
Love you guys. Thank you for watching. We're gonna get this to be an everyday thing sooner or later, more likely sooner than later. I'm aiming to do it probably by the end of next month. I'm going to try and be doing this every day at a consistent time, ideally like 8 o'clock. So we're not just throwing this thing up here at 10 o'clock on a Friday night. But thank you all for watching the original 100. Love y'all, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.